What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for thelines.com, playpicks.com. I'm going to talk to you about Sunday Night Football. Before we get going, let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Give us a thumbs up and let us know in the comment section how you are going to play this game. And whether you like it or not, the Philadelphia Eagles are heading across the country to take on the San Francisco 49ers in Sunday Night Football. If you like injuries, do I have a game for you guys? So let's go ahead and take a look at how this thing looks from a betting perspective. If we take a look at DraftKings, you see right here, this thing has run all the way to 9 points. The 49ers favored by 9, a total of 45.5. If you take a look over here, over on FanDuel, you can see sitting at 8.5, total 45.5. And then at BetMGM, you can take a look and you see we're at 8 actually here at BetMGM. So a full point difference between MGM and DraftKings. 45.5 is the total. Full written breakdown over here at the lines. If you want to take a look at it, you can go ahead and read along. I'll go ahead and scroll a little bit so you can do that. But as I mentioned, look, injuries galore here. Eagles 0-2-1 right now in the NFL, 0-3 against the spread. Niners 2-1 against the spread. But let's go ahead and through these injuries here, and you can see how you can try and figure out how this game sits where it sits. On the Eagles side of the ball, Deshaun Jackson out. Alshon Jeffrey out. Dallas Goedert moved to IR. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside doubtful. Avonte Maddox, Trevor Williams, 2 starting corners out. Lane Johnson moved to IR out. Wide receiver situation for the Eagles going to look like Greg Ward, John Hightower, DeAndre Burnett, Quez Watkins might get called up off the taxi squad. Like that is what this is going to look like for this team as far as playmakers. It is just absolutely decimated when it comes to injuries. On the 49er side, bad, but not as bad. D Ford out, Jimmy Garoppolo out, Dre Greenlaw's out, Raheem Mostert is out, Jordan Reed is out. That said, they are going to get George Kittle back. They are going to get Deebo Samuel back. Now, they've already said Deebo Samuel is going to be on a limited snap count, so maybe you only see him, I don't know, red zone situations or something. I don't really know how they plan to deploy him. He is going to be back, but they said limited snaps for Deebo Samuel, going to work him back into the offense. So I'll roll down a little bit here for you to continue reading. On the Eagles side of the ball, it's really weird despite all the talk about how terrible they are on the offensive side of the ball, which, they have been and are. Their pass blocking rank is actually 7th, according to Pro Football Focus. And their rush offense, if you look at DVOA, is actually 11th. So they've been pass blocking okay for Carson Wentz. He's just been, throwing the ball to the wrong team and throwing a bunch of incompletions. And the rush offense has actually been okay DVOA. But then you look at the pass offense DVOA, 32nd. Of course, there's only 32 teams in the NFL. Wentz has 6 interceptions so far on the season, 29th in completion percentage, 31st overall offense when you look at Pro Football Focus. So they are not high on this offense at all. Scroll down a little bit further so you can read along. 49ers, pass blocking, middle of the pack, 15th. Run blocking, little under average, 20th. But their pass offense, DVOA, is actually 7th. They've been pretty efficient with their passing so far. And third downs has been where this team has been actually fairly good. They're 8th in the whole league right now, converting 47% of their third downs. Of course, Nick Mullins is going to be under center here against an Eagles defense that actually has been pretty decent at getting to the the passer, which we know their pass rush has always been pretty good. But defensive rank, not very good. Coverage rank, not very good. You look down, pass defense DVOA, 23rd. So been giving up, they've been giving up a lot of yards to the air, been giving up a lot of completions. And, of course, they have a couple of corners out for this game as well. On the 49ers on the defensive side of the ball, already Nick Bosa has been moved to IR, so he's not going to be out there. That's another one of these injuries for the 49ers team to cause disruption. That said, they still have number 8 overall rush defense according to Pro Football Focus, number 11 pass rush according to Pro Football Focus, the second best coverage rank according to Pro Football Focus. Their ranks in DVOA as far as defense, 7th in rush defense, 7th in pass defense. So even though they've been injury ridden. The injury bug has gotten to them. They've actually been okay so far when it comes to everything. Only giving up about 187 yards a game through the air right now. So, maybe there's regression to be set in here for sure, but this defense has actually held up despite all the injuries that you're getting from that side, which is why we'll go over here. And this is why what we're seeing, right? We're seeing this point spread of 9, and it's because the 49ers, despite all of their injuries, have been able to handle it much better than the Eagles have. I think getting George Kittle back is pretty massive for this 49ers team. And I also think that getting getting Deebo Samuel back, even on a limited basis, is pretty huge for this team as well. On the total side of things, we're at 45.5 across the board here. So no spot that you're going to be able to get a better number than another. So if you look at the total here, let's make a case for the over, and a case for an over here, I think is pretty simple, right? I mean, the defense for the Eagles has been pretty leaky. And so you're going to be able to get a lot of points here. And look, 45.5 in today's NFL is not really a high number. It used to be a huge number in the NFL, but today's NFL, so many of these games are in the 50s now. So you look here and, how many of those 45 points do you think that the 49ers are going to be able to get on their own against this Eagles team? And how many with the pressure that they generate and with the way Carson Wentz is playing? Are we going to get a strip sack? Are we going to get a pick six? Are we going to get short fields? Are we going to get stuff like that? Are we going to get a special teams play maybe? So something to consider if you're kind of looking for the over. I mean, we are still talking about, an Eagles defense that for whatever reason can't seem to get on the same page here. For the under, how many points are the Eagles going to score? We just talked about this. Their wide receiving core is absolutely decimated. Greg Ward wasn't even a true wide receiver, a couple of years ago. And here he is, and he's going to be the only guy with really any sort of true experience for this team that's going to be out on the field. So, can the Eagles score really at all? Because we talked about the 49ers defense. If you're looking towards the under here of 45.5, is actually playing pretty well despite all the injuries for the 49ers. And so you add a bad offense against a good defense, and where are the points going to come from? And then on top of that, we still, you get Kittle back, which is amazing, but they're still beat up in the wide receiver core as well, the 49ers. Are they bluffing us about Deebo Samuel? Is he going to play a whole lot more than that? Is Ayuk with another week in the system going to really start to blossom? I guess we shall see. But, you kind of look at that. That could also be kind of a reason towards the under here. I don't have a play on this total in this game. I have a slight lean. I guess if I was going to lean one way or the other, it'd be the under and strictly because I don't know how the Eagles are going to be able to put up a bunch of points on the board with the way that the 49ers defense has been playing. And I still believe that the 49ers, despite all their injuries at the running back position, still want to run the ball first and foremost and still want to chew up a bunch of clock. But again, not in my account as it sits right now. If we look at some of the player props, if you want to take a look, if any of these, maybe anything that you're interested in, for me, we take a look right here. We can see the Carson Wentz and Nick Mullins pass yards. Wentz at 232.5, Mullins 265.5. No play for me on any one of those touchdown passes. This one only, this would be the one that I would have played, but I can't really recommend it at 182 juice now. This thing has been juiced to hell and back now. But Mullins on the over touchdown passes, look, 49ers are going to score in this game. And Mullins has actually been fairly decent and shown that he can actually play in this league. And so would have hit the over 182. But again, the juice has just gotten crazy on that one. So can't really be a recommendation, even though I do think that the over 1.5 is probably the correct side on this one. You can take a look at the receiving yards and rushing yards here again. Miles Sanders, that's right on where the projections lie. McKinnon, if anything, a little play to the under, but not really. That's kind of right where those projections lie as well. And then nothing on the receiving side really stands out here. You can see pretty low totals for a game overall. I think the only thing would be is if you believe that Greg Ward, considering he is literally the only guy out there that has any sort of rapport at all with Carson Wentz, does he just start to get, all the targets, or does Zach Ertz, go back to getting like 12 targets a game or something like that? So something to consider there. For me, guys, this over here at BetMGM, with this being an 8, this became a teaser leg for me. teased the 49ers from 8 down to 2. Home favorite and getting under a field goal. You move through the 2 key numbers. You move off of 8 through the 7 and through the 3 to get them down to 2. And so that is how I have played this game. Of course, if you do that, you still have to pair it with a second play. So maybe one of these afternoon games that you're looking at, we can come and take a look at some of these afternoon games that are going to be going off in the Giants and Rams, the Colts and Bears, the Bills and Raiders. Those all could be, or there's 2 Monday night games as well, right? So you still have the Chiefs and then you still have the Packers. A decent one, at least on my end, if you wanted to make, the teaser play, getting the Niners down to 2 and then taking the Packers down to 1. So, of course, the 6-point teaser brings the home favorite Packers down to a 1-point favorite and then brings the Niners down to a 2-point favorite. So that's how I go about playing this. The numbers sitting at 8 and 8.5 and 9 has gotten out of control now. If you wanted to get on the 49ers, we missed that boat. You could have got it under a touchdown a couple of days ago at 6.5. So no real recommendation from that. But as the number sits right now, the recommendation would be on a 6-point teaser. And again, any of those afternoon games you wanted to pair them up with, or if you wanted to go to Monday night, you could pair it up with, say a Packers and taking the Packers down to 1 or whatever. If you think the Falcons hold this thing fairly tight, you could tease the Falcons up to 13-point underdogs or something like that. Or if you think the Chiefs just absolutely destroy the Patriots without Cam Newton, you could tease the Chiefs down to 4.5-point favorite. So that's how I'm playing this game, guys. Hopefully something along the way here led you to whatever bet you wanted to make. And again, we have the written breakdown over here on thelines.com. Everything is absolutely free. Really do appreciate your support. Really do hope that you guys are getting some stuff out of everything that we do over here. If you need a sports book to sign up any of these legal states, click on your state and take advantage of all the offers, because you want to be able to get the best number you can see. I mean, the difference between DraftKings and FanDuel, and BetMGM right now is a whole point. It's huge. So be sure and take advantage of the multiple books that are out there. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments as well. Give us a thumbs up and let us know in the comments how you're playing Sunday Night Football between the Eagles and 49ers. Good luck tonight.